I'm Emma Waverman, and I want to talk about surviving family dinner. Feeding picky eaters is an incredible challenge no matter how old they are. I don't think anything can rile up a parent as much as a kid who refuses to eat anything, especially since you have to re-encounter that experience 3 times a day. One of the ways of dealing with picky eaters at your table is to make sure that you're not bringing your own kind of emotional baggage about mealtime to the table with you. So that means you have to leave all emotion at the back door and just serve a meal and sit down and eat it, and don't get into the ins and outs of nutrition or yelling or why won't you eat that or forcing bites down kids' throats. That is not going to help you out in the long term. When it comes to picky eaters, you want to keep your long-term goals in mind, and every parent's long-term goal is that their child is healthy and happy and successful and is able to make good choices for themselves, especially when they aren't around you. What are the skills that kids need to achieve those goals? They need to make good choices at the table as well. That means they need to be able to choose for themselves. So one of the things that we suggest is that you serve family style. You put all the food down on the table and you let kids pick for themselves and how much they want. That means you're not as tied into them eating all their green beans. If you've loaded up their plate with 10 green beans because you think they haven't eaten any vegetables that week, they may only put 2 on their plate, but they're gonna eat those 2 and then maybe they're gonna go back for more. You wanna make sure that there's at least one thing on the table that even your pickiest eater is gonna eat. Now that may mean the stale bread. That may mean last night's plain pasta. But there should be one thing on the table that they will eat, because you don't want kids to come to the table with a chip on their shoulder saying, there is nothing here for me, I am not eating anything. You want them to be able to experience sitting down at the table, seeing you, your partner, your other kids, whoever, eating a healthy meal, and what does that look like? So good role modeling, and then they'll sit there and they'll eat their whatever it is you put on the table. The other thing is you definitely don't want to get into short order cooking. So when I say you want to have one thing on the table that your child will eat, that doesn't mean you're making them macaroni and cheese or grilled cheese just because you're serving some kind of stir fry. The thing that they'll eat is a component, hopefully, of what you're eating. I get a lot of parents talking, they're so worried because their kids are so picky and that they're missing out on God knows what nutrient, and they really are panicked. So what you want to do is, if you're really worried about your child's nutrition, is take a snapshot of a week, not a meal, not a day, but a whole week. Write down everything your child has eaten for the entire week. Take that to your doctor and have your doctor look it over. I think as a foodie, the surprising thing to me is when a dinner really works, it isn't because of the food. When a dinner really works, it's because we're connecting and we're having a family moment together. I can get a little bit too caught up in the food and whether everyone likes it or doesn't like it, and what it, is it the kind of meal that I would be proud of? In the end, that matters a lot less than the good feelings we have together as a family.